Hello everyone, my name is Brian and welcome back to another Hunter Hazard. And for today we'll take a look at our favorite hunter, the most powerful hunter in the late game arguably. It is Xbalanque. Why he is very powerful in the late game we'll get to in a bit when we have covered all of his abilities. But let's just start off with his passive as usual. So, above his portrait you can see a good looking thing. There are 6 circles on it and they can be filled in one way, killing someone. So when you get a last hit on someone, then you will have a stack on your passive. These stacks will provide you power. Those are permanent stacks. So if you kill someone, you will get permanent power for the rest of the game. It gains you 5 power per stack of per circle, and there's a maximum of course of 6 stacks, so that is a very good amount of additional. Ooh, need to be a little bit careful. Nice portal combination, wasn't even able to avoid anything. So that's a good amount of power, 30 additional power if you're able to pick up 6 kills for yourself. Very powerful passive. Of course, if you don't get any kills, you have no use for it. So it is really important that you get a good amount of kills as Xbalanque. But yeah, I guess you can't really force it because he is more late game oriented in my opinion. His first ability is an interesting one. It is a toggle ability, so you can turn it on and off again. This allows your basic attacks to deal additional damage. This will go directly into the damage on your basics. So if you toggle it, the first rank gives you 10 additional damage to your basics. So in my case it will go from 65 to 75, which is very good. And at maximum rank of your 1, it will have an additional 50 damage on your basics, which is a lot. But every single basic attack you fire while this is toggled on will cost mana, and as you can see it is 8 mana. But since your mana pool isn't too high, you'll be surprised how quickly you can get rid of all your mana by using it. This doesn't only increase the damage you do with your basics, but it also has an additional effect to it. The bola, if you hit it, will split in 2, and these 2 additional bolas can hit someone for damage. This damage is 30% of the damage of your basic, so that is a very good amount. It does not proc any additional effects for basics, like for instance Executioner, Chins or anything like that, but it is still very effective in dealing additional damage to your opponents. Ooh, nice. Portal, actually catching my dash. My dash is my third ability, I'll get to that in a bit. But first his second ability, the one I'm maxing out first for this game. It is his poison darts. You will fire darts in a cone in front of him, going from the right to the left. People can get hit by a maximum of 3 darts, but only 1 dart will do its 100% damage, its entire damage. The other darts that might hit only deal 30% of the damage. Needed to be careful in this one. Sanctuary did save me, and of course my team being around, able to survive the Odin Cage. So it provides a poison over time, because it's called poison darts. This will deal damage every half a second for 3 seconds, and in these 3 seconds you're also slowed for 4 up to a maximum of 20%. So by maxing out my 2, I have a decent slow instead of no slow whatsoever, because 4% is basically nothing. 20% is a decent slow. So it is a good slow, it is a good damage source. Definitely very powerful ability altogether. Can it get the kill? Yes, the poison is enough. Nice. That is my first passive stack, and that will definitely help out a lot. Fortunately enough, immediately picked up by the Ratatoska. Nice ultimate. Able to pick up the 2 of us? 3 of us? Actually the 3 of us. Well played. That rat is going to be an issue. So his third ability is a dash. Rising Jaguar, I think it's called. And he will dash forward. It's a pretty small dash, as you can see here. And afterwards, you'll go, so to speak, into the air. You're still hittable, I think. But it looks like you're in the air. You will be CC immune while you're in the air. So the first part of the dash can be interrupted. But if you're in your CC immune part, after the dash, you are not able to be CC'd. Also, you can move around a bit. So you can just move to the left, right. You can even move back. So you have full control over your movability. And as you can see here, I use it, the immunity, to get rid of the CC from the Chronos and able to pick up the second passive stack, which is very, very important for this game. Actually, for every game in general, if you play Xbalanque, it's just very powerful to get those kills, especially early on. It is 10 additional power already, which is, if you get it for free, very, very good. It will also deal damage. The damage on your 3 is actually pretty good if you level it up, but of course it is your only escape, so I tend to not level it up for that reason. Even though it is very potent, using your escape every single time to deal the damage is probably not very reliable. The damage on it is also increased if a target is applied by the poison. So if you hit your 2 on someone and then use your 3, you'll do 20% additional damage. It is very good, especially like I said, if you level up your 3. It is a way to play him, but it is very, very risky. It is just using your escape nilly-willy to deal the damage is just way too much of a risk, especially against these characters. They have, of course, a ROM which can chase me down with his ultimate pretty good, but especially the rat. If I can't get away from the rat, I'm really, really in trouble. Decent amount of damage. Can I get to Odin? Ooh, nice Ra snipe. The shield from Odin prevented me from killing him. We were able to trade 1 for 1, actually 2 for 1, so definitely in our favor. Fortunately enough, our Hel was on her own against multiple targets. I'm not sure why he's trying to fight me, if I can avoid everything. Nice! I did a bit more damage than he did. Of course, the poison in his face deals an insane amount of damage, hitting with the full damage and the 2 additional damage on the poison darts. There's a total of 10 poison darts, by the way, on his 2. And, let's see, can we get this one as well? Ooh, enough damage. I just saw 160 with my basic. With my 1 activated, insane amount of additional damage on my basics. It's just insane how much you can do with that. So, like I was saying, his poison darts, 10 darts in total. And these darts, maximum of 3 can hit on a single target or deal damage to a single target. It will only apply the poison once. And the 2 additional darts you might hit only deal 30% of the damage. So getting a full 2 in someone's face is not very effective. 3 darts is the maximum, of course, but it's still pretty decent. Sometimes you're able to miss them because they do spread out, so at maximum range it is a possibility. While he's still inside your cone range, you're still able to miss that ability. And his final and 4th ability, his, I'm not even sure why he's trying to fight me, but okay, it's fine. I don't mind. Another passive stacks, 5 already. I've never had so many so early on. Not going to complain about it. It is very nice to have. So, his ultimate. You will cast your ultimate and it will do a lot of things. First off, it will provide a kind of shadow dome to every single enemy. If something is outside their dome, they can't see it. Teammates, enemies, they can't see it. Also, they can't see anything on the map, so that's also, the vision on it is kind of gone. So that is extremely powerful to get rid of a lot of the enemies, because you don't really fight into something you can't see. It's a good option for ultimates, etc. This will last for 3 seconds, and after that 3 seconds, if someone is moving, they will be stunned for 1.5 seconds. And this is a very important part, because if I use my ultimate, after the 3 seconds, they either need to stand still to not get stunned, or if they move, they'll be stunned. So that means that if my ultimate runs out, the 3 seconds, then they will be standing still, unless of course they use purification beads. So that is very important if you want to, for instance, line up a Ra snipe, or any other high skill shot, because you know they are going to stand still for a while. Using Shell, everyone on my team is stuck in the cage. Using my ultimate to blind the enemies as well. Fun fact, if you're in the air, you'll be blinded partially as well. So it is, like for instance with Ram or Ratatoskr, it is a very, very potent team fight tool. I do need to be a little bit careful at the moment. We are all quite low. I'll try to hold by at least killing the minions. They won't tower dive that easily, I think. But they still have the option, so we do need to be a bit careful. Also, the ultimate, that was only one part of his ultimate. The fact that what it does to your opponents. So, getting rid of a lot of their vision. If someone is inside your... inside the dome of your enemies, they can be seen, of course, but there is just a lot of things that you can't see, and that's very powerful. It also provides two things to Xbalanque himself. It provides him a movement speed buff for the duration. It is a 20% additional movement speed on rank 1 and up to a maximum of 60% additional movement speed at maximum rank. So it is pretty good to level it up as well. To get additional movement speed, but it's of course only for 3 seconds. And that's the only thing you'll get by leveling up your ultimate. So sometimes you want to just level up your 3 to make sure you deal more damage, which is also very, very important. And one final effect to his ultimate, it increases the range, and as you can see here, I can spam my basics, and if I was able to hit them actually properly, then I might have been able to pick up the Kronos, even though he did pick up the Sanctuary. Fully stacked, 6 kills on me already, 6 1-in-1, not an awful lot of assists, but I think that's not the worst thing if you're playing Xbalanque. I have 30 additional power now because of my passive. Of course I am at the cap for it, but it is still very, very powerful. And it won't go away, so you'll have 33 power easily. Let's see, can I bait him? Can I hit the poison dart? One more basic, or my 3. My 3 is enough. As you can see, good amount of damage on it, as well as on the bleed, and 20% additional damage because of the fact that he was bleeded or poisoned. Okay, so I covered his abilities. He, like I said, very powerful late game, because usually you'll get only power or a lot of kills in the later stages. Having your 1 maxed out is very potent, because you can deal insane amount of damage with your basics. And 50 additional damage on your basics is just insane, because if you get crit, that will be increased as well. It's just flat out to your basics additional damage, which is very potent. Also the bolas that split off of it, 30% of the damage dealt is also very, very good to deal a lot of damage. It only will hit 1 target, but it's still pretty good. So 2 parts of his bola splitting can hit multiple targets for 30% of the damage, which is decent. Of course, slow on his 2. Like, late game he is just insane. Like I said, you have 30 additional power because of your passive if you have the kills like I have at the moment. You have 50 additional damage on your basics when you have your 1 maxed out, just insane amount. And if you're able to crit as well, it's just insane. That's why I went for the Rage. As you can see, insane crit, 544, bringing him to such a low HP that it is just not easy to deal with. Of course it helps that I'm fat, but a late game Xbalanque, if he is fully built, doesn't matter if he's behind or not, he can still kill a lot. An awful lot. You can see, insane amount of damage on the Kronos. I could have chased him, I didn't really feel too comfortable. I feel comfortable chasing him because the Ram as well as the... Ooh, nice stun by the Ratatoskr. But if I dove the tower for the Kronos, who is by the way still alive unfortunately, I probably would have died to the combination of Ram and Janus, because if I get portaled inside the tower range with a Ram there as well, I probably will die. So it's a high risk and the reward isn't too great. they will get more gold for me because I have such a good amount of kills than the other way around. Nice snipe, actually. Just barely hitting the Odin. Well played. Hot predict. He actually moved into it, as you may or may not have noticed. Nice. Okay, so let's go over the build. The build will change up with the new patch, of course. Next Tuesday there will be a new patch which gets rid of Golden Bow altogether. And that will change it up a bit. That also makes him a little bit less viable because his wave clear is just straight up garbage. And with the Golden Bow, of course, you can see how easy it is for me to clear everything. Let's see. Ooh, not the best timing from ultimate, but it does force the enemy back a bit because they don't want to engage into that. And I'll just head back. Wasn't paying too much attention, got hit by a lot of abilities I didn't want to get hit by, but that's fine. So, I picked up the Golden Bow in the early game because it's a good amount of power, good amount of movement speed. And, of course, the wave clear, which is very important in the early game. I picked up attack speed boots, and the reason for it is because I wanted to go for a high crit build. And if you get some attack speed boots online, that will help you a lot better. It will overall allow you to deal more damage than going for the power boots, which I usually go for. But usually I'll go for a more attack speed build, and this time I will go for an extreme crit build because I'm so far ahead and I'm playing Xbalanque. He is probably one of the best characters to kind of use crit on. Of course, there is also the Jingwei and the Artemis who get additional things for their crits as well. Additional crit chance on Artemis as well as actually on the Jingwei. But Xbalanque just does so much damage that crit is extremely effective on him. Basically allows you to 2 or 3 shot someone in the later stages of the game if you properly crit them. So, my third item is a very important one for Xbalanque if you want to use your one a lot. Because if you don't pick up the Transcendence, you won't be able to have your one up a lot. Ooh, nice rewind. Got it out just in time. Wasn't able to crit twice in a row. That is a bit unfortunate, but should be fine. Let's see, can we get the ROM? The ROM is still in the air. Final shot is probably coming out. It is. Off the mark with my basics, bit unfortunate. Let's just try. Shell activated, maybe they can survive. They can't heal. And Odin is on his own. Does look like he should be fine. Xinchen is probably going to be picked up. But, oh well. I can't try and save everyone. And I also can't hit anything, so that makes things a little bit more difficult. Let's just go for the tower. I don't really want to chase. I could have. Don't really want to. As you can see, Tyr was able to pick him up. Come on, get the tower. Probably not worth it. Maybe I should have just picked him up. Because then they wouldn't have chased and Tyr probably would have survived. Ah well. We did get... Ooh, come on. Sanctuary. Nice. Okay, he doesn't want to stay any longer. Oh, crap. That unstable vortex. Could have killed me if it hit me, of course. My fourth item is Asi, and I think that's a very good one. You definitely need some lifesteal, in my opinion, to properly fight or continue fighting. It provides a good amount of attack speed, provides some pen, and the effect on it is very effective, especially if you have crit build. If you have the Asi passive with a couple of crits, you will be very, very quickly back to full HP. It's just insane what you can do with that. Odin thinks he can out-trade me. His bird bomb does deal a good amount of damage, but if he stays around too long for my basics to confirm, then it's too easy for... Ooh, nice snipe. Well played. Ratatosk a bit low. Does look like he wants to follow up with an unstable vortex, and the tower damage is very high now as well. With, of course, my one activated additional damage. Insane damage. So, my fifth item is the Rage. Rage is very potent to get a lot of crits out if you deal more basics. The more basics you deal, the higher the chance is you have to kind of finish it off. Unfortunately enough, stuck in the Odin cage, can't really get out. The cage didn't get destroyed by the Titan. If it was a bit further back or a bit further up, then if the Titan gets interaction with the cage, it actually will destroy the cage. But that's unfortunate. Well played by the Odin. catching me in the cage with the Titan. It's not something you want to have happen. So, Rage Blade, like I said, a lot of crit, good amount of crit chance, quite cheap, so that's also a reason why I picked it up first, to get that cheap crit online before I will go into the Wind Demon, because Wind Demon, 20% crit chance on the Wind Demon is a bit too low in my opinion to rely on it a lot. So I will go for the Rage Blade into the Wind Demon. This allows me to have more crit chance, 40 flat, as well as having the higher probability every single time you don't crit. I will go for a Deathbringer. I feel like Deathbringer is a little bit better. I kind of need to defend. I wanted to wait a bit for the Deathbringer to get that one online, but if they go for the tower, it's not worth it for me. And I will go for the Deathbringer. Let's see, Kronos is on the right side. They might go for the Gold Fury actually. Do need to be... Why is my... Oh, crap. I wasn't paying attention. I used my dash to get to the tower quicker. And it has a long cooldown, 16 seconds if I'm correct. And it was just barely still on cooldown when I got engaged on by the Ratatoskr as well as the Odin. And when I finally was able to use it, I got crippled by the Rama. So well played on their part and terrible misplay on my part. Also didn't activate one of my actives. That was bad. I am able to pick up my Deathbringer now. The reason I like Deathbringer more than Malice is because with that additional damage you have, I feel like it has more burst to it. But there is something I still want to go for. Now I have a decent amount of flat crit chance with the Deathbringer as well as with the Wind Demon, which is 40% altogether. If I sell the Rage now for a Malice, I will have 60% crit chance flat, which is very, very potent. You don't really need a Rage additional crit for it anyway, in my opinion. And the amount of crit damage I can deal with that is insane. Because you don't only have the crit damage you do, you also have the bleed effect you have on the Malice when you crit. So that is very, very powerful. You need to be a little bit careful. Can I deal a good amount of damage to the Kronos? He actually gets stunned by the ultimate because he moved. And as you can see, 1.5 second stun on the ultimate. Insane amount of damage with the crits. Definitely able to kind of make sure that we can defend this one. We didn't lose the right Phoenix. That is very important if we want to win this game, or at least try to survive. The Titan is quite low, and with the 5 minions pouring in on the left side, I do need to make sure that those are cleared. It will take a little bit longer to clear them out, because of course I did sell my golden bow, but still decent clear with all the crits. So, like I said, I will go for the Malice when I have enough gold. After this wave, I will get that Malice online. I think I will have enough. I get about... Yeah, should be enough. Definitely enough. So, with that, insane amount of damage. Power Potion as well. Once I've used that, I will have, I think, 320 or 330 power. It's insane. An insane amount. 305, whatever. Okay, so insane amount of additional power. Nice engage on the Jin Chen. Actually pulls the Rama just barely out of range of my darts. Kronos from behind. Might be able to do something. Decent crit. Decent hit. Will secure that kill. Nice, a lot of damage. 700 crit. Also bled out of his ass with that Malice proc. Ooh, nice Odin cage. Shell used on the entire team. Let's see, can we get a decent amount of damage? Critted on the Ratatoskr. He does have some protection. The only downside of the build I have is that I don't have an awful lot of penetration. I only have the penetration on the Asi, which is not a lot. I think it's 10 or 15. And that's definitely not a good one. Can I properly hit him? Yes, I can. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. 900 damage in total. The Unstable Vortex hit me, as well as an Soul Reaver proc, so that was a bit too much. I will pick up the red buff. My crits will be insane with it. Actually, I think I might be able to solo the Fire Giant. Let's just try. There's only the Janus. He probably doesn't think I will go for it. and with my crits I can deal an insane amount. Lifesteal isn't very effective though, so I do need to make sure that I kill it quickly, but as you can see, the damage is definitely there. I will be able to pick this up. Not easily, but definitely got hit. Nice. That will help out a lot, because I do need to retreat though. 4 of them have returned. Especially the red can kill me quite easily if he gets into his ultimate. I'm not sure if he has his ultimate though. He has his ultimate. Okay, that is answered. Oh my god, that is an insane amount of damage. And the Malice Bleed is enough. And that's even more damage. And accidentally picked up the portal. He can't go back through the portal. I know that. Because Mythbust. Oh my god. That damage is insane. Oh my god. Did you see that? That were 3 900 crits in a row. Rest in pieces, Kronos. Oh my god, that engagement went so well. Malice finished off the Ratatosker. Was able to pick up the Rama with the Ra quite easily. The Kronos actually got screwed over a bit by the Janus. Went through the portal. And after that he used his rewind. Got inside, outside the portal. Because you can't rewind through a portal. So you know where he's going to land. I hit 3 basics. Crit with every single one of them. Damn, that was a lot of damage. As you can see how potent he can be. And as you can see, insane amount of damage. 42k damage. It wasn't even that long of a game. 25 minutes isn't insanely long. This build is nuts. But it is not as effective against targets that have a good amount of physical protection. As you saw on the Ratatosker, I didn't crit as much, almost half the damage I did on the Kronos. And well, only had the Breastplate of Valor. So this is a very, very low penetration build. So it's very good against squishy targets, blowing them up quickly. But if you have more tanky targets, then he will have more difficulties dealing with that. There is of course an option to get rid of one of your crit items and instead get a Titan's Bane. This will allow you to deal also more damage to the Phoenixes, to other objectives, and still able to deal more damage to tankier targets. But I think this build definitely wasn't a success. This is the first time I tried a build like this on Xbalanque with the Wind Demon. Also with the Wind Demon you will have that additional fact up quite often, because 60% crit chance, 20% additional attack speed when you crit once, as well as the additional movement speed. Insane altogether. I think this was a very good game to show off Xbalanque's strength, and the fact that I got on very early with a lot of kills helped out enormously with the passive, as well as the fact that when I have more gold I can do more damage, able to get my build, replace a couple of items for the crit. Insane. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something about Xbalanque. And as always, good luck, have fun, and I'll see you guys in the next one.